And we see the light now. So there you go. That works great. Sounds pretty good. And today, this carburetor is not allowing the motor to get fuel. The main jet is clogged up. I got spark, and I checked with carburetor spray, carburetor cleaner spray. I put some fuel injector carburetor cleaner in the tank, and I just let it sit for a couple days to see if, and primed it, pressed the primer, and let it sit and see if I can dissolve some of those deposits, but that didn't work. It usually doesn't work. So the best way, quickest way is to just get a new carburetor. But because I'm making videos for you guys, let's take this carburetor apart and see if we can poke the jet through, poke a hole through that corrosion. All right. When working on this Yard Machine's Powermore motor, is we're gonna open this air filter cover and then take off these two nuts. They look like a 10. Let's see if they are. Oh boy. Okay, so it was stuck on the hose there. Let me take this other nut off, put it in my magnetic tray. This is loose now. The primer bulb hose is attached here. I'll just twist that to the side, rotate it like that, and you can see. All right, looks like someone, I don't know if this is the right carburetor. I'm not sure actually, but it certainly looks like, I don't know, this looks like it might be bent. Somebody might have messed with that ring off. Take this tiny spring off. Okay, and then turn the butterfly valve. I'm gonna need some extra light here. I'm gonna have to pinch off. Here's a fuel line. I'm gonna have to pinch off that fuel line so that we don't spill fuel everywhere, because this tank is full. And then pull off this breather return hose here, and then I'll be able to take off the carburetor. Part just comes right off when you disconnect that. Then you have a free carburetor. It can just come right out. And let's take a look. I don't see any gaskets. Oh, first things first, let's dump out that nut. Okay, now we're good. This carburetor does not look super dirty, but maybe they tried to clean it and weren't able to get, oh, there's a throttle adjustment. The bowl does not look dirty, but that doesn't say that the jet isn't clean. So let's put a flathead in here way down deep and see what that looks like inside. All right, here we go. Let's cook them. Uh-oh, lost it. It never fails. I always drop the jet. Here it is. All right. Now let's do this little test to see if it's clogged. So here's what I do, right? You hold it up to the light and then you try to look through. I see zero daylight. That's why the motor is not running. So let's break that free. Let's poke something through there and get some daylight. Let me get my welding tip cleaner. Be right. All right, here's my set of tip cleaners. And so these are perfect for cleaning out carburetor jets. And I'm gonna use like the 5th or 6th one out of here. So, okay. That one's too small. That one bent. So let's get another one, smaller one. So too big, I mean. So I need smaller than that. Okay. Let's go smaller than the 3rd one in the bunch. I only got 2 left. I only have 2 left. See if this works. Poke it through. Let's see if we can see the corrosion that we broke through. There's a corrosion. So now you got a really good view of the corrosion that's on the inside of a carburetor jet that you got to poke through. And that stuff is really difficult to dissolve, so there's not really a whole lot of solvents. And you want to work it back and forth along the ridges of this tip cleaner file. See if I can get it any clearer for you. So you want to go back and forth like this and really clean it out. And done. Now let's do that daylight test again. I think you can kind of see it already. Let's do that daylight test. So you hold it up to the light and we see the light now. So there you go. That is cleaning out the carburetor jet. Let's throw this back in the mower and see if it works. All right. You got the carburetor back on. Let's put this sucker on. It's air filter. And then, okay. Clamp carburetor, gasket, and then I put the fuel line. We'll prime it when it's down on the ground, and that is it. I hope this works because I did crack my screen for you guys. Let me hold this here. I will prime it. Gotta wait for fuel to get down there. Do I have fuel? There's some fuel in there. Oh, this. Get fire up without any spray. Prime a little more. Or some pathway in the carburetor is still clogged. I have a feeling I need to clean out some other holes in that carb. But let's see. Grimy, because I'm not sure if I have any vacuum. There we go. That works great. Sounds pretty good. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. That's a kind of old thing to do now, but let me know what you think. You just clean out the main jet, and there's some side jets too, so you got to really work it afterwards with a primer bulb. That's all for now. Silver Repair, out.